the expected outputs from this study will be targeted at different end users. So for each end user, there'll be a different kind of result. I think the first and foremost, and the basis for everything is the science side. So from an academic point of view, I think this study will provide an important contribution about how to apply climate change impact assessments, and how to in terms of doing the modelling and doing the assessment, the impact assessment methodology, and then also in terms of how to apply that to different sectors. So for agriculture, for natural systems, how can you translate a change in temperature and a change in rainfall? How do you actually translate that into something that means something for a forest or for rice production? And I think that's going to be a major outcome of the study, and probably with some publications coming out of it. And ideally those publications would feed up to the IPCC level, so hopefully it could inform the next round or the next report from the IPCC, or contribute to that anyway. Then the second level of outputs, I think, would be at the policy level. And this is where we thought the basin level is so important, is that we can provide some strategic guidance to the 4 Mekong countries, firstly about how they can manage their own natural resources, aquatic and terrestrial. That includes natural areas and agriculture and aquaculture areas. So that's the first area. Then also it will provide some recommendations for these national governments about what kind of connectivities and sensitivities are there in their connections with their neighbouring countries. And then I think more practically and more immediately for the Mekong ARCC project, the main output would be that the study provides the evidence base for selecting pilot sites, for informing pilot site areas of their vulnerability to climate change, for their fisheries and for their agriculture and for their natural systems, and also provide some options for adaptation response. So I think that's probably the most immediate one, and we'll see some very interesting results at the local scale as it's picked up and used in the Mekong ARCC project. But then there are also these, if we step back, these sort of broader outputs at the policy level for the nations and also for the scientific community.